You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A 17-year-old was arrested following a shooting in the city of Hazelton. Police responded to the area of South Wyoming and West Beach Streets around 11 Thursday night. A witness said that he tried to break up a fight between two juveniles when 17-year-old Rodolfo Liriano allegedly fired shots at the man. Thankfully, no one was injured. Liriano was taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, simple assault, and criminal use of a communication facility. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $250,000 bail. A Hazleton woman faces charges for allegedly stealing credit cards from a woman living in a personal care facility. A woman told police back in December that her 88-year-old mother's Boscov's and Discover cards were taken from her apartment at the Laurels in Butler Township. An investigation revealed that 20-year-old Alicia Castillo Pujos allegedly took the cards and charged over $200 on them. She admitted to police that she stole the cards while she worked as a personal care aide at the facility. Castillo Pujos was charged with identity theft and access device issued to another who didn't authorize use. She was arraigned and released on $10,000 unsecured bail. Frigid winter weather is heading our way over the next day or so, followed by a potential snowmaker. Temperatures seem to already be plummeting, with wind chills that make it feel like below zero. A storm's projected to roll in Sunday night into Monday morning, bringing snow accumulations of a possible 4 to 10 inches, which could change over to sleet. Slippery roads are expected for the Monday morning commute, so people are urged to avoid driving unless they have to. But if you do need to hit the road, be sure to have an emergency kit in your vehicle containing water, blankets, and non-perishable food. Remember to check on elderly neighbors as well, and keep your pets indoors during these bitter cold temps. The city of Wilkes-Barre set up a Code Blue emergency shelter as temperatures continue to fall throughout the area. Code Blues are initiated when the National Weather Service calls for temps to dip below 20 degrees, or when there's an expected snowfall of 12 inches or more. Mayor George Brown announced that an emergency shelter will be open at Calvary Bible Church at 410 River Street. The city's fire and police departments will be patrolling the streets looking for homeless people in need of shelter during the bitter winter weather. The public will also be notified of the code by the lighting of a blue light in Public Square. During Code Blue, the emergency shelter on River Street will be open at 9 p.m. and close at 7 a.m. The emergency shelter program is administered by Keystone Mission. Winter Storm Izzy will be making its way through Pennsylvania, and PUC wants to remind homeowners how they can prepare and recover from storm-related power outages. When it comes to winter storms, there's always a chance that the power could go out, so it's important to write down, print, or save toll-free outage hotlines for your electric and/or natural gas utility. It's also important to have your cell phone charged in the case of an emergency, along with supplies like food, medicine, and batteries for flashlights. When the power does go out, call your utility hotline to report outages so that they know your area is affected. If power lines are down, stay clear of exposed wires. And while waiting for the power to turn back on, use flashlights or battery-operated lanterns. Turn off lights and electrical appliances, and check on your elderly neighbors who might need assistance. A Wilkes-Barre man's behind bars for allegedly sexually assaulting a child. 31-year-old Brian Nee was taken into custody after the juvenile victim was interviewed at the Luzerne County Children's Advocacy Center. Nee was charged with rape of a child, corruption of minors, indecent assault, and unlawful contact with a minor. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison, unable to post $25,000 bail. A wanted woman's behind bars after a strip search by police found that she was hiding fentanyl and crack cocaine where the sun don't shine. 36-year-old Ava Massler was originally wanted for failing to show up for a court proceeding on unrelated drug trafficking offenses. A Wilkes-Barre Township police officer noticed she was sitting in the driver's seat of a parked car around 10:30 p.m. before driving to another parking lot, and he followed her, eventually having an encounter with her when she exited her car. When she took off her jacket and attempted to throw it to another passenger in her car, the officer allegedly found a glass pipe in the pocket of it. Massler was arraigned on drug offenses and remanded to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $10,000 bail. The Hazleton Area School District's fund balance went up to its highest level in 8 years through federal pandemic payments. The balance reached $22.27 million during the 2020-21 school year, with an unassigned portion of $13.9 million. Although the budget forecast had a deficit of $3.9 million, the fund balance gained $7.47 million. The total for expenses came to $1.93 million, with predicted budget revenues exceeding $8.44 million. Through general obligation bonds, the district's debt fell from $120.6 million to $118.7 million. As for this year, the district's expected to receive $17.17 million in pandemic funds. Congressman Matt Cartwright announced that $1.64 billion will be put into repairing bridges across Pennsylvania. The Keystone state currently has 353,000 bridges in poor condition, which includes the Firefighters Memorial Bridge, the Water Street Bridge located between the Pittston areas, and the I-80 bridge over the Lehigh River. The bridges will be repaired thanks to the U.S. Department of Transportation's launch of the Bridge Formula program. Within the past 5 years, the Federal Highway Administration has provided $26.5 billion nationwide and $825 million for tribal transportation facilities. Pennsylvania State Police seized $72,004,713 worth of cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, meth, and other illicit drugs in 2021. In total, troopers collected over 1,000 pounds of cocaine, 733 pounds of meth, 551 pounds of fentanyl, 55 pounds of heroin, and 247,000 pills of assorted narcotics. In the fourth quarter alone, PSP seized over 141 pounds of cocaine, 133 pounds of meth, and more than 25,000 opioid pills. 3,484 pounds of prescription and other medications were also collected throughout 2021 as part of PSP's Drug Take-Back program. There's an important alert for customers with 3G cell phone service, and Wyln's Julie Stefanovich has the details.
There's some bad news to report for those with older 3G cell phones. Many of them will lose networks and services this year.
Mobile carriers will occasionally decommission older services and networks, such as 3G, in order to free up infrastructure to support more advanced services, such as 5G.
The changes aren't affecting just cell phones.
These upgrades may also impact other devices that rely on 3G connectivity, such as medical alert devices, tablets, and home security systems.
PEMA and the state police are urging residents with these devices to prepare so you don't lose connectivity. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile have already announced plans to shut down their 3G networks as early as February. Many of the older phones will be unable to make or receive calls and text messages, or use data service, and even lose the ability to call 911.
Dispatchers and first responders rely on the 911 system to gather that crucial information about the situation. That includes location, exactly where are you, what street are you on, what block, any landmarks around you, what's the emergency, what's the problem that we're responding to. We need to know what resources to send to the situation.
People with phones that are only used for 911 may not receive a notification from their carrier, so they're urged to contact their service provider or consider applying for service through the FCC's Lifeline program.
Information about the Lifeline program can be found on the FCC's website, including the application process, eligibility criteria, and other important information.
If you're concerned about losing service, you may need to upgrade your device before the provider shuts down its 3G network. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, keep an eye out for your 1099s, plus your favorite pets of the week. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
5 years old. So it's gonna snow, so get your jackets on in case you want to play in the snow. And if you don't want to play in the snow, don't get your jackets on.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Governor Tom Wolf continues to stress the importance of getting vaccinated and boosted against COVID-19. Wolf stated earlier today that the best way to protect yourself, your family, and community from the virus is to get vaccinated. According to the CDC, over 78% of Pennsylvanians ages 18 and up are currently fully vaccinated. The Wolf administration also took an active role in increasing the COVID testing capacity across the state. On January 7th, the governor announced that Pennsylvania will call in regional strike teams to support the overwhelmed healthcare system by expanding treatment in hospitals and long-term care facilities. Pennsylvanians who claimed unemployment benefits in 2021 are reminded to monitor their mailboxes and unemployment system notifications for the 1099 form to file their 2021 taxes. Claimants of all unemployment programs offered during 2021 will receive a 1099 tax form detailing their benefit payments. This form will be available online and viewable in the same system where claimants file their weekly claims. For claimants who want a hard copy, physical 1099 tax forms will be mailed no later than January 31st. All claimants also have the option to view 1099 tax forms from previous years, if applicable. The Supreme Court ruled that the Biden administration overstepped its authority by seeking to impose OSHA's vaccine or test rule on U.S. businesses with at least 100 employees. The Supreme Court put a stop to the Biden administration's enforcement of requiring employees at large businesses be vaccinated against COVID-19 or undergo weekly testing and wear a mask on the job, which would have affected more than 80 million people. That being said, the court is allowing the administration to proceed with a vaccine mandate for most U.S. healthcare workers. According to the CDC, more than 208 million Americans are fully vaccinated, which is just under 63% of the population, and more than a third of those have received booster shots. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. So check out the SPCA of Luzerne County for all breeds, shapes, and sizes of pets. The shelter has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone, meet Salem. He's a 2-year-old Cane Corso mix who's extremely playful and described as a real social butterfly. Keep in mind, though, that Salem can't be placed with cats or other small pets. Anyone who knows cane corsos know that they make extremely loyal family pets. And up next is Ricky. He's a friendly fella who likes to play, be held, and give kisses. He also has an extra toe that's used to give hugs. This little guy is currently waiting for his new home. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You may just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home. Coming up on Laughlin's News Choice, your week in review, plus leading the way into this week's final segment. Stay with us.
Hey, Dr. Alex here with another Feel Good Friday. Today we're talking about senior citizens and how chiropractic helps them. So, a lot of times when people think about chiropractic, they think about making a bunch of noise and all these rough adjustments, but the truth is there's a lot of things I do that are really gentle, and I treat a lot of people who are starting to get up there in years, hitting their glory years, and I do a lot of great for them because they have a lot going on. If you know anyone who's getting up there in years, you know they have a lot more aches and pains than the younger crowd. Chiropractic is great for that. If they're like, oh my goodness, my hip needs to get replaced, is there anything we can do to postpone that, or is there anything we can do to make it that I don't need the hip replacement anymore? Chiropractic is great for that. If you're saying this arthritis is getting unbearable, I don't want to get surgery, chiropractic is great for that. If you're saying I can't use the bathroom, I'm so constipated, chiropractic is great for that. See your chiropractor and feel good.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Moore & Associates, accountants and advisors located at 751 North Church Street in Hazelton. Contact them for all your individual and business tax and accounting needs. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Monday. A man wanted on drug charges was captured last month by Hazleton police. Narcotics detectives issued an arrest warrant for 21-year-old Wilmer Cortoriel Ortega following a drug investigation. Officers pulled over a vehicle with expired registration back on December 23rd. The passenger was identified as Ortega, and he was taken into custody. He was charged with delivery of a controlled substance, possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, and conspiracy. He was arraigned, with bail set at $125,000 straight cash. Tuesday. Police in Hazelton are still investigating a report of shots fired into a residence. Numerous rounds were fired Monday around 2:30 p.m. in the area of Grant and 11th Streets. Bullets struck 3 homes and damaged 2 vehicles. No injuries were reported, but one neighbor said that a bullet came through his living room as his wife was laying on the couch. The investigation is ongoing, so anyone with information is still being asked to contact the Hazelton Police Department. Wednesday. A New York man was arrested during a traffic stop in Hazelton. Officers pulled over a black Nissan Sentra for a traffic violation near 15th and North Church Streets Tuesday morning around 2. A search of the vehicle's tag showed that it had been reported stolen out of New York State. The driver, 19-year-old Marquise Flo, told police he didn't have a driver's license or ID on him, and an unidentified passenger was also found to not have ID. When both were taken into custody, it was discovered that Flo had an active warrant out of Columbia County. Flo was charged with receiving stolen property and providing false identification to a law enforcement officer. Drug charges were also added after police found burnt marijuana cigarettes inside of the vehicle. Flo was taken to prison for lack of $5,000 bail. Thursday. State police continue to investigate a two-car collision that sent 3 people to the hospital in Banks Township. The accident happened Wednesday night on Chestnut Street in Tresco. According to authorities, a sports utility vehicle and another car crashed, causing the SUV to hit a double home occupied by a hospice patient. No one inside the home was injured, but the accident caused damage to the front porch and wall. One person in the SUV was injured, along with 2 people from the other vehicle. All 3 were taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton for treatment, as police continue to investigate the cause of that accident in Banks Township. Friday. A 17-year-old was arrested following a shooting in the city of Hazleton. Police responded to the area of South Wyoming and West Beach Streets around 11 Thursday night. A witness said that he tried to break up a fight between 2 juveniles when 17-year-old Rodolfo Liriano allegedly fired shots at the man. Thankfully, no one was injured. Liriano was taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, simple assault, and criminal use of a communication facility. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $250,000 bail. That's it for your week in review, here on WYLN News.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Soul Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mayor George Brown's leading the way again to wrap up this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's final segment of Leading the Way with Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown. So looking towards the future, I know we were discussing a few different projects that are in the works, so what are you looking forward to, whether it's personally or as the mayor or just for the city of Wilkes-Barre itself? What are you looking towards?
The main point I want to make is we're going to bring businesses back to Wilkes-Barre. We have 2 beautiful new hotels that are going to be built shortly. And after that, we have the old historic train station. We're renovating that. It's going to be a beautiful office building with the Planters Peanuts Museum. Wilkes-Barre City will have the only Planters Peanuts Museum. And we received authority from the owners of Planters Peanuts to do that. We have other businesses coming into the city of Wilkes-Barre saying, Mayor, I see what you're doing. I want to be part of that. And they're opening up new businesses. We have city properties that are being sold. So I see a bright future for Wilkes-Barre. I see a future where people are going to want to move back to Wilkes-Barre. I see safer neighborhoods. I see better economic conditions for our people. But also, I see people, that entrepreneurs coming in here because I want to make Wilkes-Barre the entrepreneur capital of Pennsylvania. 3 colleges in downtown Wilkes-Barre. You want to start a business? We have the graduates to start your business. Yeah. Well-trained people. The future is bright. I call it the new beginning, and we're going to bring Wilkes-Barre back.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us this week. An even bigger thank you to our guest, Mayor George Brown, for being on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Hopefully I can come back again.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to have you back on. All right, folks. Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck. Best of life. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.